Hello. Welcome back to all the mods 9. To the sky. Oh, I just walked off. Oh no. Oh, I see. Ow. Hey! They're still shooting at me. Rude. Get out of here. Where'd my sword go? Ah! Escape! I have no idea where I'm supposed to land. Ow. Anywho, into today's episode. There we go. Today, we are going to be looking into automating our sieving process so that we can automatically get some of these metals. This is going to be a little bit of a complicated process though, because we're first going to need to set up some power and these automatic hammer and sieves. So why don't we jump right into this today? So I think I know what I'm going to do for power. To start us off, we are going to make the thermo generator from power. This isn't going to require any sort of fuel or anything to keep it running. All we need to do is place a heat source and some water next to it. And it's just going to sort of passively generate power. It doesn't need to consume anything. So we're going to work on crafting this up first. Now, as we go through this, we are going to end up needing lots more iron probably, along with more materials, of course. So we're going to need to get a whole bunch of gravel real fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 9 stone hammers, combine them all into a compressed hammer, and this is going to allow us to take some compressed cobblestone. So let's take a whole bunch of this, pop it down, and if we hammer all of this, it's going to give us all of that in gravel. So that we can just come over here, sieve it up much faster than before. We are also going to need a good amount of redstone, which is going to come from dust sieving. For power, to start off, we're going to need some dielectric paste, which is sort of the base material for everything we're going to be crafting. We can then make some dielectric rods using some iron bars, and I still need a whole bunch more iron. Oh, this is going to take forever. One other little nifty thing you can do if you're trying to hammer down a whole bunch of materials at the same time is you can craft a wand, and then with this, we can just jump up and place a whole bunch of blocks at the same time and break them all down. So I've made a whole bunch of more sieves here, and that's because I've discovered something amazing. That's right. You can sieve up to 25 pieces of dust at the same time, or gravel, or whatever. That this is an awesome addition. It's going to help us sieve everything so much faster. Although we will have to deal with the item collection problem eventually. Oh, hopefully this is enough materials to last us through this. So we're going to take our redstone here, and we're going to craft a couple of these basic capacitors. And I think we're actually going to turn all of these into tiny capacitors, 2 of which are going to be used for the thermo generator itself, but then we'll need 3 to make 3 thermo plates, which also takes some blaze powder. So let's craft 3 of these, and the thermo generator. So I think I'm going to craft the flex hammer first, since that is going to be the majority of my sieving holdback, because we can sieve lots of items really fast. It's the process of actually hammering them down that is the issue right now. Both of these do require 2 full blocks of iron though, which I definitely don't have. So I shall return once I have some more gravel crafted up. So it's time to get to sieving again, I guess. So I should have enough iron in order to craft one of these things at least. I am thinking I'm going to grab the flex hammer first. This is going to require a diamond hammer, which fortunately we have lots of from all of our sieving. We can also craft a diamond wand, which is going to be way better than the stone one. It's got way more durability and everything too. Oh gosh, don't do that. Then with our thermo generator, we're going to come over here and we're going to place this down. And then next to this, we're going to need a bucket of water and a bucket of lava. And this should start generating some power right away. Hopefully. Or does it need water inside of it? I think it does. Fortunately, I don't believe it's super hard to grab some water from somewhere. We'll just need to grab a sink, which is just made from some terracotta and iron. And we'll need some fluid pipes. Oh, and I may need the wrench. Oh, that's super easy to craft though. Boom, boom. And wrench. Cool. I'm trying to think of the most compact way to set this up. So if we take our sink and attach it with some fluid pipes to our thermo generator, and then set the pipe to extract with our wrench, it should start putting some water into the thermo generator. Oh, it has to go over the lava. Okay, I understand. Please don't burn. Attach, attach, extract, water, power. Awesome. Let's make this look nice with some trapdoors. Oh, turn fire tick off if you're using wooden trapdoors. I didn't think trapdoors burned. I might be wrong. Anyway, this is our power supply. So we're going to hook this up to our flex hammer. I suppose we need some power cables though. We'll just grab some energy pipes from Pipes Mod. Connect this up to our flex hammer. Make sure this is set to extract too. Then some power will go into here. Now, if we get some cobblestone into here, it should start hammering it down. Oh, that's right. This does not have an output slot in the machine, so we need to add some sort of storage. But there we go. It is starting to output some gravel. So this is definitely working. So I guess we would just need a way to get some cobblestone in here automatically. So I'm going to make another cobblestone generator here. And then I swap this and have our cobblestone generator output into the hammer. Rotate this. Blink. Hammer is going to output to this side. Then this should get some cobblestone in it automatically. And then we can use our drawer here for now. But it's going to output into the right here. And then this will get replaced with the auto sieve once we have it. But yeah, that's automatic gravel right there. So we could just AFK if we wanted to and have a whole bunch of gravel to sieve. We can make some upgrades for these machines that we're crafting right now. Although I'm not sure what our capacity is with our current power setup because it is not looking great. I need some cactus to grow because we need some green dye for these upgrades. This is the first tier, which is the gold upgrade, and 3 of those can make a diamond upgrade. 3 of those makes a netherite upgrade. So, we're not quite there yet, but we can at least try to grab 1 gold one. Cyan terracotta, which is also required for this. We're just going to combine some lapis and that cactus that we just got, along with some more clay for terracotta. And cyan terracotta gets us the gold upgrade, which we can pop into our flex hammer. This is going to increase the amount of items that get processed at the same time to 2. It's also going to increase the RF per tick to 16, but it looks like we're still good on power. It's able to get back up to where it is before it finishes processing, which is beautiful. So we're getting more cobbles or more gravel out of this at once for lots of sieving action. Now it's time to get the sieve. And there's our sieve. Ah, geez, jump scare. So let's pop this guy down next to our hammer. This hammer should automatically output that gravel into the sieve. I can get a beacon. Should I? Yeah, why not? Screw it. We're getting a beacon. Our sieve does need an inventory to output into, so we're going to grab a barrel from sophisticated storage, which we can upgrade later on when we need to. So let's pop this down. And then it also needs a mesh, doesn't it? I'm also going to upgrade our mesh all the way to the diamond tier. We can't get the last tier, which is netherite, quite yet. Diamond mesh goes into here, and this should... Oh, it needs energy too. Forgot about that. And then hopefully, if we're good, it should output its outputs into this barrel here, and we're looking good. Hopefully, we have enough power for this. Now, we're gonna need somewhere for our items to go to be stored forever. So I've made a whole bunch of drawers here for all of our items to get spit into. And then we'll be able to store all of the drops that the diamond mesh is able to output from sieving gravel, which is not... Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go. So all of these items here and all of these ore chunks we're going to put into individual drawers. I don't think uranium is one of those. Yeah, that's the deep slate one. So we're only going to have 16 outputs from this sieving here. Oh, we already have so many things. Now, we aren't going to have a way to automatically output these just yet. We're going to need a drawer controller. This, however, requires a good amount of quartz. Quartz is sieved from crushed netherrack. This is fascinating. I think I know how we're gonna get netherrack. From this mod called Zycraft, which I've actually never even heard of before seeing this. We can craft the extractor, which doesn't look too complicated. We have all these materials ready. And then this will be able to extract netherrack from lava gravel, I think. I'm gonna give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You never know. Oh no, we may have a problem. Ooh, invar constant. Oh no. Oh, that ruins that. Dang it. I don't necessarily feel like getting all of that right now. One thing I did not consider for our auto sieving is the fact that we're getting all of our raw ores in their little chunk forms. So instead of storing them like this, we can actually take them and process them into the actual ore blocks, and then we can smelt them automatically, and then we can just store them as their ingots, instead of leaving all that extra work for us. Before we can get our crafter set up, I am waiting on some more iron, so I figured now is a good time to go ahead and upgrade our power source. We can take our starter thermo generator, which is generating 40 FE per tick right now, and we can double that by upgrading this to the basic tier, which is all the same materials basically. It's just a matter of getting them. We just need to come borrow our old thermo generator and craft the next tier, which is going to double our power supply. And for now, I'm going to put another set of gold upgrades in these. This will increase the items processed to 4 instead, but it's also going to increase the RF per tick it uses to 32, which is most of our power supply at the moment. But it's going to kickstart our ore production for a little bit. So I'm swapping out that barrel we had for a crafter, except I don't really want anything else to go in there. That's not ideal. Never mind. I need an iron pickaxe? Oh gosh. So what we're gonna need to do instead is to grab some item pipes. We also need a basic pipe upgrade. And I'm not sure, hopefully this is the one with a filter in it, because we're gonna take this guy probably out the back and into the crafter. Actually, before I start extracting that, let me set this and then add the upgrade. And no filter. Okay, so we need the next tier up, which is the one made out of gold. Okay, let's try this guy. Still no filter. We need the diamond one, really? Boink, boink, filter. Okay, whitelist. We want only raw ore chunks to come out of this. So let's add this filter. Now, weirdly enough, the tags for these, there aren't any. So unfortunately, we have to add each one of these ore chunks individually in order for it to go into this crafter. And then everything else, like the diamonds and stuff that isn't going to get processed into blocks, those are just going to go into the drawers eventually. But we need to get this part down first. In the crafter, once we have all of the ore chunks in here, we're going to fill up the rest of the slots with cobblestone, just so this doesn't get backed up with random items. Actually, I don't think we need to do that for this, since everything's going to get crafted anyway. We want to make sure this is set to extract to the external buffer, which is going to end up in this orange slot down here. And then to set a crafting recipe, we'll just click on this first little slot here, put our zinc ore in there. This does need some power, and then it should craft up all of our zinc ore. So we'll just do the same thing for all of the other ores, and then all of that, for now, I guess, will just end up in a barrel. Oh dang, we're out of crafting spots. Guess we need another crafter? Now I'm on my quest to get the drawer controller so that we can finish this out. The first step is going to be to make some dirt, which we do by composting some organic materials inside of an oak barrel. We're then going to sieve this dirt, and hopefully, sooner rather than later, we do need sugarcane too, that's important. Ah, there we go, finally. That's what we needed. These mycelium spores are going to allow us to take a piece of dirt and pop this down, and this will turn it into mycelium. And if we take an oak barrel and place some water in it, it's slowly going to convert it into witch water. That one, in case you're asking. Witch water. Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to take a bucket of lava and place it right above this to turn it into netherrack. Now, this isn't how we're going to generate netherrack every time. We aren't going to have to do that process. We should only have to do that the one time because we're going to make an igneous extruder from thermal series. This is basically just a cobblestone generator as a block, but what it's going to do for us is automatically make netherrack from witch water and lava. We just needed this one piece of netherrack to act as the bottom block below the igneous extruder for it to work. So for this, we need a couple of alloys. We need Constantan and Invar. To actually make these alloys, you can either go the dust route, where you have to turn your copper or nickel stuff into dust first with an ore hammer, which is really the only way we have of crushing these ingots right now. Or we can make fire charges, which are actually super easy to craft since we already have all of these items here. And then we can just combine the ingots together with the fire charges to make these alloys. And that should get us the igneous extruder. So we're going to set this up very similar to how we have the last cobblestone generator set up. This time we're going to use our igneous extruder. This is going to require some witch water on one side and some lava on the other. And then we'll probably use this source of lava to put a power source above. But we'll come back to that because we now need to go under this and place our netherrack. And this doesn't require any power. It's just going to start generating some netherrack right away for us. And I'm not going to automatically process this just yet, but we can take some of it. And we're going to hammer it down into crushed netherrack, which is then going to get sieved to hopefully get us some quartz. And we only got 3 out of that. Imagine if we had tried to make all that netherrack manually. That would have been so much work. So we just need enough quartz to get ourselves the drawer controller. Then we are actually going to need the 2... There we go. The 2 tools from functional storage in order to configure our drawers to all work together. We definitely at least need the linking tool, and we can come back for the configuration one in a little bit. So now we just need to set up this whole madness. So my current plan is for all of those big ore blocks that we're going to have coming out of the crafter. These are going to go into an iron furnace, which is just a furnace surrounded by iron to upgrade it a little. And then we're going to give it a factory augment, which is going to convert it into a factory, and it's going to use power instead of like fuel. So this should charge up now so that any ores that get into here are going to go into the furnace. And I forgot we need an extra crafter because it ran out of spaces. 1 second. So I've gone ahead and made myself an extra crafter. And then hopefully if I can set for the other 2 things we need to craft, this and this, add it to the filter. Those should go into here. We want to make sure we block off the rest of these inputs so that none of the other ones can get in here, which we just do by filling it with any block and then setting the remember button right here. And then that way, even though we're taking out these items, it still has a ghost where it used to be, and then it won't let anything else in here but cobblestone. And then we're just going to do the same thing for this one. And then both of these will output into this furnace, which will need his factory augment again. Boink. Power. Smelting. Beautiful. And then the last thing we would need to do is to have our storage controller. And then we're going to attach a pipe coming from the furnace and this barrel. And preferably not into that crafter there. If I can reach it back there. Beautiful. So then we can set these 2 to export. And then we just need to attach all of our drawers again. And you don't have to set up your drawers right next to it. We can do it like over here. All we need to do is connect. I did craft that, right? I don't see it. Ah, that's because it's in there. We just need to connect our drawers to our storage controller by shift right clicking on it and then right clicking on all of the drawers that we want to connect up. And then let's just make sure everything's going over here. Oh, okay. I can see the diamonds going up. Beautiful. Left output. There we go. Now that's working too. And with that, I believe we are officially automated on all of our ingots and ore processing. At least for the gravel side of things. We can still crush things like netherrack and dust and stuff. But I think that's a future project to set up. I'm just glad that we got this fully done. And now that we've done one, the others are going to be so much easier. We do now have a power problem, though. That's for me to deal with next time. And with that, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next time. Good. Bye.